Welcome to College of Lore. I'm Jill.
Hello. Hi, I'm Kate.
And
these are our friends.
Brought our friends with us.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you guys want to introduce yourself, starting with Camille?
Hi, I'm Camille, and I am an avid D&D player, so I'm looking forward to making a character with all of you.
Yay.
And Neil is next in my lineup.
Hi, I'm Neil.
Oh.
A man of few words.
Says Jake,
he's still undecided about D&D. You know, he's taking his time trying to decide whether he's into it or not.
I've been trying it out since 1983. Still not sure.
Yeah, hard to decide.
Yeah.
And next in my little list is Jake, who is a green blob, it looks like.
Yes, I'm having camera issues today. The main issue being that I don't have a camera.
Yet.
Yet. I'm Jake, and I am probably the person in this group with the least D&D experience. This will be the second campaign I've ever been part of.
Who's your favorite DM?
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I run both of his campaigns, so.
Jill has sucked me into this universe.
She does that, yeah.
And
Awesome.
Finally, last but not least, is my partner in crime over on our Maritime Supernatural podcast.
Hi, I'm Christy. Like Jill says, I am the number 2 of Maritime Supernatural
You're
podcast.
You're number one.
And I've been playing D&D since 2015, I think. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, we are here today to roll up our new characters. College of Lore is going to be having our very first campaign, and Kate and I are very excited. I'm going to be DMing, which is why I get to float up here in the top corner. And I'm going to be drawing. I've got my little pen here, and I've got these silly scribbles up here. And I'll be kind of doodling people as they come up with their character. So I'm just going to
go watch the stream.
Oh, yeah. Is it going to be like the one right above us is going to be...
Yeah. Well,
us?
I mean,
I
maybe. We'll see.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I really like the shape of my head. Thank you.
I wasn't picturing it that way at all when I was drawing them. Like, I was just kind of sticking shapes in there.
I think that weird one is me.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah. Thanks, Jill.
We can't start critiquing these pictures.
Kate has the squiggly head. I wonder, I'm trying to make...
Wait, are you going to play your evil deity, ex-deity character?
Yeah. So Jill and I, well, let's advertise for future streams, Jill. We're going to do a stream where Jill bought these, like, solo RPG books that are meant for you to just play by yourself and, like, go through a little adventure. So we are going to do that with the 2 of us. So not solo, but 2 players. And we're going to play those 2 characters. So they're going to be like direct opposites of one another, playing through. Like they, we'll figure out why they're together, but they're just going to like hate each other. Or my character is going to hate Jill's character, and Jill's character is going to like just love everybody.
It's just like real life. Just like real life.
So yeah, we're gonna run through a little thing.
But not in this.
Not in this campaign. No, yeah, it's just gonna be another like one shot.
Are we gonna not be evil? Is that sort of the...
We haven't discussed that.
You guys haven't discussed it. I feel like the overall sentiment we were kind of getting when we were world building was that you guys were kind of excited to explore and stuff like that, but we never really got into, your motivations or anything like that.
Right.
I've definitely been planning that you would be good characters. So DMs saying, please don't roll evil unless you want to play with the party.
Well, now I'm
but
Yeah, never mind.
But I mean, if you want to roll evil and you think you can make it work with the party, feel free. I trust you guys. Except for Jake, do not do. No, I'm just kidding.
The new person.
Dark, edgy character.
I've never had anyone roll evil in any of my games so far. I've never DM'd for an evil group, and I'm not sure how that would work exactly with my constant positivity and goofiness, but maybe that would make it an easier and better campaign overall. I don't know.
Maybe this is suppressing, but I don't know that it would actually be that different than the way that a lot of people tend to play D&D, right? Like a lot of people play D&D and it's like, oh, you run across some bandits and it's like, we murder them.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you murder everybody? Like, you're just killing them? Like,
I can't do like the murder rampage in D&D.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
my escapist fantasy is I can be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe it would just be the way people normally play D&D, and it's like, well, you're bad, so you just assume that whoever you come across is like out to get you.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't have to come up with an excuse as to why you kill
even that, and like a lawful evil character might make an attempt to use the people they come across as opposed to just kill them outright, right? So I mean, anyway.
Okay. Next up is our all evil campaign, and
yeah, that'll be the next one.
It'll be like serious life lessons about
how to be evil,
how the world works.
We can play the same adventure over, only play the bad guys from the adventure and do like the other, like the reverse. It's like, well, how maybe they could have succeeded if they had tried it this way, you know?
Ooh.
Oh,
we do like Darkest Timeline.
Yeah. Jill and I had an idea, and I don't think we should say what it is yet, but we had an idea for what we would do if we got 100 subscribers.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube, and maybe that could be like they're evil in that little.
That's
scenario.
true. I think that would be great. So get us to 100 subs, and you'll get something special.
Subscribe now.
Yeah, subscribe now.
So
Matt Haven's here. Hi, Matt Haven.
That's Tilly. That's
Hi,
my
Tilly.
Tilly. I think.
Should we do what we're supposed to be doing? Or?
Yeah, let's get started,
Listen,
gang.
we got step 1 done. We're not evil.
Yeah,
There
we
we
figured
go.
out something.
On the back.
Yeah,
We figured out what our alignment isn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
First step complete.
I'm not committed to anything.
Yeah, right.
I no contract.
Neil's been like secretly messaging me for weeks. I know.
He's been also secretly messaging everybody.
I know more about Neil's character than I know about the entire of my plot. So.
Except for the plot that Neil crafted.
Right, exactly. I know that pretty good. So, but so I guess let's get started. Actually, I have something that I want you guys to. I'll start us off with a roll.
Should I have my PHB?
I don't think you need one. We have 2 copies here,
Yeah.
so if you need to look up something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna scout out rules like I know what they are
Ah,
You
perfect.
probably do.
with
I
authority.
forgot. I have D&D Beyond on my iPad.
Ooh.
Ah,
Not
there you go.
sponsored.
Not
Yet.
sponsored. Not an ad.
Not sponsored. Not that we don't want to be sponsored.
Yeah,
we just can't.
Is one of these what I need?
Okay, so I'm just going to start us off with a little blurb about the world.
Oh, yeah.
So we're starting off in the isolated city by the ocean called Estersea City, and it is surrounded by farmlands. It is trapped at the coast by mountains that span out into the ocean to create a bay. The people of this city haven't seen outsiders in 500 years, at least 500 years, due to a plague that destroyed humanoid settlements all over the planet. The city's resources have been growing insufficient for the past 10 years or so. The Elven King, Demetriu Trisfen, has recently passed, leaving the rule to his daughter, Sangwain Trisfen. The 5 of you have been summoned to her court, and that's where we would kind of begin our adventure, or maybe we would do like a little pre-adventure kind of getting used to you guys or whatever, but that's kind of like a little hook for you to run with.
Okay, should I be making notes?
No, I'll post this in our Discord, and if you want to join our Discord, you can put our links.
I can get a link to the Discord.
Get a link to the Discord and stick that in chat. But first, do you guys all happen to have access to a D6?
Oh yeah.
I can have access to a D6.
Because I'm gonna get you guys to roll one.
I think 90% of my dice bag is D6s at this point.
Perfect. Oh, there we go. That's what I like to
I don't
see.
keep my
Dice view.
Yeah, I get nice, really pretty sets, and then I dump them in the bag
Oh,
and lose half of
perfect.
them.
Yeah. Well, then you always know that you're gonna pull out a pretty die when you need it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay,
join our
that
Discord.
worked. I copied that whole message so I can keep spamming it throughout the stream. Just let me know.
You
Perfect.
should make it like an
We need to
automatic.
get one,
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
pretty
to
sure
get
you
one of
can
those
do that on
bots.
macro.
We need to get one of those bots.
Yeah,
Oh my
we do.
gosh.
Hey,
We already
is
have hello. Alex just
Is that
joined our
Alex?
Discord.
Alex, is he watching the stream too?
Yeah, he's padding our
He
numbers.
must be. He must
Aw.
be. Kate, that's how he got the link. Okay.
Okay, so do you guys all have a D6 handy?
Yep.
All right, roll them, please.
This is what my D6 looks like.
Oh.
I got a 2.
Okay, so we'll start with 2.
I
So
got a 5.
what these all are events that happened to you sometime in your past, and depending on like we'll sort it out. We'll like fix it up once you reveal who you want to play and stuff. But so number 2, we'll start with number 2. That's you, Kate.
Yep.
You previously in your life have ventured into the woods pretty deep. You thought you saw something, and you and I will talk about that in private, but a sound made you turn back before you could investigate. You've not had the chance to check again.
Okay.
So you have a little bit of experience with the woods, and what that will benefit you, or how that will benefit you, is that in the woods you will have an advantage on survival checks in those woods specifically.
Okay.
What did someone else roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5? Okay, so Chrissy, you were out on a bright summer day and something fell from the sky, gently, like a flake of snow. But it was dark gray. You frequently watch the skies in case there are other strange weather phenomenon. And what this gives you is that you can predict the weather for the next day anywhere around the city.
Okay. That actually works really well for like the character that I'm thinking of.
Oh, perfect. What was someone else's roll?
Where'd you get, Jake?
I also rolled a 2.
Okay, so you also, maybe, like, if we want, we can start working with how people's relationships might work together. But this could be
How
a
we know each
reason
other.
that you guys know each other, because you also had previously ventured into the woods and you had also gone pretty deep. And I will talk with both of you about what you saw there. And you will now have advantage on survival checks in these woods.
That works for my character idea.
Perfect. Who's next?
Where'd you get, Neil?
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, so you once, or, you know, this might relate to however your character is, we can talk about it, but you had a job at the castle, or, you know, you've frequented the castle, and you have some knowledge of the castle's comings and goings, and this will be a chat that you and I will have in private, and I have some information for you. And you will have advantage on charisma checks with the people in the castle, so should you venture there.
Cool.
Want
Okay.
that one?
I want that one too.
That's well for me.
It does work well from some of the stuff that we talked about, and it is all random. I could even show you, well, I can't show, I can block out the ones nobody picked, and I can show you later the list that it's all legit. I am not
We
cheating.
trust you, Jill.
So,
You need to prove it.
So
Camille, what
you
did you get?
rolled 6. Okay. Sometime in your past, you had a friend, and this could be recent or far back, you can choose whenever, but you had a friend who fell through the ground into a large hole. Someone must have filled it in after your friend got out because you and your friends could never find it again. And you will have advantage on dex saves in this area and around this area.
Wait, like the city?
Yeah, anywhere in the city or like in the woods and stuff like that. So an advantage on dex saves.
You're like always watching your step.
Yeah.
In this area. Cool.
Especially when someone throws a fireball at me.
Fireballs are a lot like holes in the ground. So.
It's true. Yeah. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a connection to the world you're in and, see in case two people rolled the same, which they did, and that kind of is able to connect a couple of you. And
I like that. So like Jake, we can decide whether like we were in the woods together or maybe, and I think this probably makes more sense, we've like just talked to each other about it because I'm planning on playing sort of like this bard character. And based on what you said, it sounded like your character might be like a storytelling type, regardless of whether they're like a bard or not.
Yes.
We haven't gotten into that, obviously. This is all based on like chats from the Discord from previously. But like, if both of our characters are like storyteller types, then of course we would have, heard each other tell the tale and like talked about it or something, maybe.
Maybe been surprised that we had both experienced a similar thing at
like, hey,
times.
I heard that story that you told, and it sounds like something that
sounds like one of my stories.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Alex wanting to be famous for a second.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
if I stand in the background,
I just need to go get something.
So where should we go from here, I suppose? Who wants to start us off? Like we what we're here to do is to figure out who everyone's playing, and we want to also establish some reason that you all know each other, or various reasons why each other may know each other. And then and Kate, if you don't mind, while we're doing this, could you kind of make like a relationship map for me?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, sure. It is totally possible. I'm just gonna get some extra paper.
Yeah, just so that we have like a record of
who knows
people's
who
relationships. Yeah.
Sure.
And like how well, because like some of you could be lifelong friends, some of you could have just met the other day at the bar, some of you could be even siblings, who knows.
Right.
I want to get in on this bard friendship, if I can.
Okay, yeah. So you want to be friends with me, is what you're saying?
Well, always and forever.
What can you bring to the table?
I was gonna go for a entertainment background. What is that called? Entertainer. So ex-actor, or does anyone ever leave acting? Really?
You just apply the skills differently.
But however, a rogue. But if I've moved in those circles of performers, we either get along together and have worked together, or
you were rivals for the same role.
Yeah. Okay. So let's maybe you and I chat a little bit about our visions for our characters and how they might know each other. So what I'm thinking for my bard character, I think I'm actually, and you all are going to be shocked about this, but I think I'm going to go for the College of Lore.
Yes.
Wow.
On point.
That's not to level 3. We're starting at level 1, right?
Yeah.
But like that's like the way I want to go. So I'm going for this sort of like academic know-it-all type of bard who tells stories. So my type of performance, like I think I know instruments and stuff, but I'd be like that person who's like plucking away at an instrument, but not really playing a song, just like plucking away, and then like spoken word poetry or like just telling a tale over top of it.
Sagas, that kind of
Sagas, but not like full on, singing or necessarily acting.
Reciting.
Yeah, like the hipster version of an actor, right?
So, how would that translate to bardic inspiration?
Oh, it's the same. It's the same. Like I still have this like skill with my words, right? I'm just like saying stuff to you, and
I know
like,
exactly what
I
it would be
imagine
like.
It's more like my choice of words and the delivery, and it's like timed, but
No,
it's.
Kate, did you see that episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where Picard is on this planet and they only communicate in like
idiom or metaphors.
Yeah, in like metaphors. So like the big one was Darmok and Jalad at Tenegra, and he was trying to communicate this relationship between these characters because their whole way of communicating was like the title of these tales. So one sentence can mean this whole big thing, this whole story, but that was their entire way of communicating.
Yeah.
So it's like you could inspire by just like the title of this tale that you know, and you don't even have to ever tell the tale, but like everyone knows these tales so good, you know? It's like victory at Waterdeep, and then everyone's like, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Idioms.
Are you?
Yes, that was the word.
Are you very proud of your work, or are you humble?
Oh no, I think I'm pretty proud and not very
then I
humble.
think we'd be rivals.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry,
tell me about your character.
Well, he's very proud. I'm going to be going, hopefully, for swashbuckler, which, by definition, they're pretty
arrogant.
Arrogant. Yeah, they fight with a flourish as opposed to just getting it done. So, and he's charming. I want to be pretty high in the charms. So, if I found someone else who's very charming, I might either fall in love with them or hate them because they're better than me.
Okay, well that's gonna be very interesting then. So here's what I think. Here's how I think it would be sort of rivals, but we're both like very charismatic, personable people, and so we're not gonna like. It'll be like, oh, so and so, my old friend, and like to your face, like pretending that I just love. Oh, I saw you last night at the tavern, and I just love that tale. But I mean, like whatever, something I say in there, like I'm complimenting you, but there's this one little like jab in there that you're like,
oh yes, backhand a compliment.
I can't believe you can pull off that hair.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen hair quite that interesting.
Yeah. So like, we're like best friends, but not really. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it could be a healthy rivalry.
Yeah,
right?
healthy rivalry. I like that. It's not. Yeah, it's like we're both a little bit cocky, so we kind of want to be the best, but we're cut from the same cloth. So
which is why we'll never, even though we're exactly the same, we'll never see eye to eye. Because we just can't do it. It would be great for storytelling if we're ever, given a mission and both of us are like, oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Both trying to be the leader at the same time.
And then Jake's character comes in, who's also a storyteller. How does he fit into this arrangement?
Yes, I'm interested.
Oh, but Camille, you're going for rogue, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure. I want to try a strength-based rogue.
Ooh.
Which I've never done before.
Interesting.
Well, because I also want to be a dwarf. And dwarves are not very sexy.
Yeah. Okay.
What you do is you just you intimidate people into not seeing you.
Yeah, I really like it.
So you just make a ton of noise, and then you're like, you don't hear me.
You've never actually fought a duel. You've just intimidated people into running away.
Yeah.
All right, so
I do like
Jake,
how as soon as Camille's like, I want to play a dwarf, you're like, okay, transform tool.
so Jake, what are you thinking? What would happen if you had two entertainers fighting each other, not fighting each other, competing, and you waltz up with your
yeah, maybe Jake, give like a little bit of a summary of what you currently are thinking with your character, because we sort of talked a little bit about this on the Discord, but the stream won't have known.
Yeah, so my character, everyone just knows him as Reuben or Old Man Reuben. He's a half-elf. He's 155 years old, but aging gracefully thanks to his elven blood. Tall and thin, but a little out of shape. Swears he had an incredible body in his youth.
Good.
So I was imagining him as sort of a well-known local character in the sort of shantytown, rough part of town near the harbor. Extremely sociable, seems to know everybody, is regularly seen at taverns, playing games, smoking his pipe, having a drink with the locals. Every once in a while, somebody even catches a glimpse of him in the company of high society folks, though nobody is quite sure of the nature of his connections in the rich parts of town.
Mm-hmm.
And most of all, he's known for being a storyteller and probably an unreliable one. Loves nothing more than having an audience for colorful and almost certainly embellished stories about his past or the lurid history of the town.
Nice.
Is he secretly better at entertaining than either me or Kate?
Well, that's to be seen.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of entertainment the audience wants.
Yeah.
I think the irony of us trying to compete and then this like sleeper character showing up and completely owning us.
I feel like I'm guessing that all three of our characters probably know each other.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for hair, Jake?
Oh, I can give you my physical description for your
that
drawing.
Would be amazing.
Paint us a word picture.
He appears generally more human than elvish, has a scruffy beard and a mop of bronze hair that obscures his elven ears, rarely seen without a slightly roguish smile, and the most visible clue of his elven blood are his eyes, which are intensely bright and silvery. His clothes seem to be of high-quality craftsmanship, but very old. Not tattered, but faded and very much broken in.
Comfortable.
Like, we probably performed once all together at some point.
Well,
like an open mic night or whatever.
Well, probably at like some rich person's house or something during a party, right?
Yeah, like I'm imagining with my character, like she's particularly skilled at retellings of historical occurrences, and I think like I had in mind that she would sometimes do performances for like the royal court or like the nobles. Like they would sometimes hire her for that purpose, but that like most of her gigs are like out and about in the taverns or whatever. But
so you're leaning in more into the entertainer as opposed to the academic?
No.
Okay.
But her like she's an academic who researches for the purpose of storytelling. Yeah.
Basically a professor.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like
I have acted out your historical dramas?
Yeah, like we worked together and you did some like interpretive dance or whatever, like but with like weapons or something.
Wow, like a dagger show.
I do the same for Jake with no clue that they're not true stories. Like I assume that he's just telling historical fictions that are like really epic. With no realization, like everyone else, that they're not, that they're BS. I'm trying not to swear.
Or are they? I think some of them are true and some of them aren't.
Kate, do you have
Yeah,
any...
my idea was he's not completely full of BS. Like, he genuinely has lived a colorful life and gone on adventures in his youth, but he likes to embellish his stories a lot.
Kate,
Yes.
what do you have a physical description of yours, Kate?
No, I don't at this moment. I'm looking right now though, because I know you're looking for that. There's no like races that are more common than others, or that like wouldn't be common at all, right? Because we said it was like a fairly diverse.
Yeah, we said that since it had been a port town before the plague, we were saying that it was like anyone could be there, and even by now, like, a lot of the races that were there could be half races and kind of just anyone's going around.
Well, I definitely would like something with a charisma bonus.
You're gonna be a halfling again, aren't you?
No, I don't think so. It would be human. Maybe what does half elf get?
They get a charisma bonus.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, Jake, what is your class?
What?
What's Jake's class? I might have missed it.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't say. I decided to try playing a ranger.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Are we opposed to double classes?
No, you can be double classes.
Yeah, for sure.
Just go in different directions.
Yeah, double classes is fine.
It does sound like character-wise, we're going to be very, very, very opposite.
What do you guys think about tiefling versus half elf? Half elf is like standard, but I've never played a tiefling before.
I love tieflings.
Tieflings are great for bards because they're already like stand out.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Let's play a tiefling then.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Here's my tiefling bard.
I did that just for Jill so she could draw some.
We also have a tiefling bard in one of my main games.
It's so easy
Oh,
to make
really?
a tiefling bard. You can't actually see her very well, but she's got a little lute on her back and she's purple.
Nice. Okay, well, good. I feel good about my choice.
Yeah.
If you ever need a mini, you can have this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
If you don't mind being purple with blonde hair.
Good color combo.
I love it. She died.
Oh.
She died. She died.
Cool.
If you're a tiefling, you got to come up with a really good chosen name, or what do you call them?
Virtue names.
Virtue name. A really good virtue name.
I will. I don't know anything about tieflings yet. I literally looked at the picture and was like, charisma bonus? Yes, it's an option.
They choose names that are like attributes as opposed to like
cool
natural names. I don't know. So mine was called Redemption. They called her Red.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Stealing it? No.
They have names like Joy or Bliss or Doom or I don't know. Depending on what your backstory is, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll need to flesh things out a little more before I can choose that.
The Tief Bard in my group is named Valentine. Guess
what
her quality is.
I played with another tiefling bard that was like that. They were called like Lust or something like that.
Very to the point. Holy moly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like the same spectrum, just like on opposite ends. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so Jake, we're seeing that the three of us, you and I and Camille, all kind of know each other. Like, we're not necessarily super buds and hanging out, but we're all like well aware of each other and would sit and chat and maybe have a beer together or whatever.
No, I'd come in a bar and be like, they're sitting over there. I'm gonna sit on the other side of the bar.
Make them come to me.
Bumping each other backstage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. You're playing this venue?
Oh, they'll let anybody in these days.
Oh, Kate, I'm already loving all our interactions.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right. So How did Neil and Chrissy work into this situation?
Yeah.
Neil, did you want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. What I'm thinking is I want to play an Outlander Ranger, who is just this big bear of a man. He has like this big bushy beard, big bushy eyebrows, big bushy chest hair. Basically, the only place that isn't covered in hair is like the top of his head. But yeah, he is like very low charisma. He doesn't say anything more than he really needs to. Like, and he's like, he kind of has always lived not like outside of town, but just kind of on the outskirts, probably in those woods where he's like saw the like or heard the noise that made you turn around. Probably those same woods is where he lives. He's definitely like a lumberjack hunter type. He brings in kills for the butcher shop. He brings in wood for like just lumber or firewood, like, you know. Yeah. He's kind of that. Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say he's kind of the guy that everyone goes to when they need information about woods or survival or just like anything that's kind of more rough and tumble that isn't the ocean.
I was gonna say, this weather thing means that if you're quiet all the time, you're gonna suddenly spontaneously just break out into, it's going to rain.
Storm's coming.
Yeah.
I like that.
in my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you gonna just say yup a lot?
Yup.
Yep.
Well, I think that's sort of an interesting contrast to your character, because he's sort of a working man too, right?
What's his race?
Not really.
Yeah, he's gonna be human.
Okay. That's good because
Well,
I drew him as human.
He's human now.
Yeah, if he wasn't before. He is
That's good. I already put in the ears.
Anyway, it's
Yeah,
like
I like him. He's so
Bigger?
Aw.
Should he be taller?
Yeah, I feel like he would kind of be towering over everyone.
And I heard bushy chest hair, so there needs
Bush-
to
Oh
be
yeah,
some
I
hair.
gotta
bush,
open that.
like-
I gotta open
Yeah, you
that.
gotta have like a-
I gotta open
I
up
like
that
how he
shirt.
just like ripped the sleeves off of his shirt.
Yeah.
They were too tight, so he's like, "Nah, I
Yeah.
don't need this."
See, what I picture is that he's got so much arm hair that like the sleeves would just like kind of chafe him, and so he's like, I gotta get rid of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like one little button.
Yeah.
It's just like yes.
It's just
Oh,
it's just like two buttons on his stomach that are just like straining. Like
There's like, is there like the little gap?
yeah,
Maybe
probably.
a
I
little
could
button
definitely see
gap?
it. Yeah. Just like a little like tuft of hair coming out.
That's so
What
much
color?
hair.
What color is his hair? Oh no,
I'm
I'm
picturing-
over his face.
I'm picturing like a shiny like bronze brown. Like
Okay,
he's not a redhead, but I don't think he's like fully in brunette.
Okay.
And I'm picturing like a much darker skin
They're
tone as well.
blonde kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I like him. I like his face. Oh.
Yeah, and he's also older, so like he's got like a bit of bags under his eyes, and like, you know, like he's got a face that's been around, I guess.
Weathered.
Yeah.
Yes, weathered. Yeah,
He's really 21 years old. He's just
yeah. He's just had a life.
That's awesome.
I love it. I want to be friends with him so bad. I know you say he doesn't have high charisma, but like people love him anyway. Really.
Oh yeah, like he's one of those guys that it's like you look at him and you're like, oh, I trust him. Like, yeah, okay, like he's not gonna bullshit. Like,
So he's older.
yes, yeah. Like, I would put him at like late 50s, like mid late 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I've been really
I
into
love
playing
his
older
chest hair.
characters. Yeah.
Oh, that's Mother Hammer. Mother Hammer is 67.
And if you
Oh,
wanna,
yeah.
if you want to see Mother Hammer in play, check out one of our earlier streams where we played a wild hunt.
Yeah. Our other D&D stream. Currently, this is only our second D&D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like actually wearing plaid, Chrissy?
I see. I can only imagine him wearing plaid. If not plaid, then like definitely like a worn like leather.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
it's fun for you to draw.
That's awesome.
Oh, look at him. He needs like a big axe over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big axe, big longbow.
So, and he
Yeah.
is a ranger as well. So we've got 2 rangers.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, he's a ranger outlander.
Cool.
Oh,
So
those two would
far-
make a great pair. One of them would do all the talking,
Mhm.
and one of them would do all the punching.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the contrast between us.
Maybe they've gone out and ranged together. Is that
Yeah,
a thing?
honestly, I could probably see him like setting up like targets for Drake's character, like, just if like somebody asked him to do it, he's like, okay, like, okay, I'll do that, and then like maybe they would shoot together, like.
Yeah,
No
because like
worries.
you guys are both older, so you're maybe like, well, I mean, Jake's character's
Well, he's
obviously
just a young fella to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I remember when I was your age. Okay.
Had a hell of a body back then.
Okay.
Just talking about his body all the time.
Yeah, you're like, all right, man, I'm
Yeah,
obsessed with your
we
body.
believe you.
Your body's fine.
No, I would like to see him brag about his chest hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's...
Be like, if I showed you my chest hair, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but
I gotta keep this thing buttoned up, you know
you'd
what I
be
mean?
So impressed.
I
So
would
do
see a scene where everyone just rips open their shirts to compare.
It'll be like that scene from Castle in the Sky where the 2 guys like outman each other by busting off their shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
and then surprisingly, my character actually has the most and best chest hair of all of us.
That's how you win my character's heart.
Oh my god.
If we want to be friends with that character, we need to have good chest hair.
It's true. Yeah.
That's fine.
For incredible
My
feats of
character would
strength.
get like a prop, like a prosthetic chest hair thing, and like put that on.
It's all the rage.
It looks really good. Like
Like
it
a
looks
bear.
convincing. Yeah.
Oh, also, Jill, he is bald on his head. I just
Okay.
noticed.
Like the whole
right at
head?
the top.
Yeah, well, like he's got like a laurel mullet happening.
Oh, okay.
So, like, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So like
look.
some hair here.
He's got the crown, and
Okay.
it's like a big mullet kind of happening all
Okay,
the way down.
I think I know what you're talking. I think I'm
dear.
picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. What I'm putting down is a mullet.
Is it like is
Think.
it shiny on top?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like
Maybe a
that
little
is
sunburned.
yes. Oh, like he always has like some redness happening. Like
Oh, does he have to wear like handkerchiefs and hats all the time to take
He
care of it
should.
again?
he should, but he doesn't.
So what you're saying is another character should become his caretaker and say, "Listen, put your hat on.
Yeah,
Put some
yeah.
sunscreen."
Just slap
my
like
God.
a flowered like sun hat on him. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
Can you also put some shine on his bicep too?
Oh,
Like,
good call.
maybe his
Good
shoulder.
call.
He's just glistening. Wherever he's not
Yeah,
hairy, he's
he's
glistening.
Sitting in sweat, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no charisma, but everyone's in love with him anyway.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone has like a weird mini crush on him, and nobody knows why. It's like I don't know
Like I'm
anything about him.
confused by this, but whatever. Yeah.
Totally not
Yeah.
my type, and yet, wow, look at that!
Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I love it.
So did we say that we think that there is like a connection between Jake's character and Chrissy's character? Like they know each other and they've ranged together in the past, some form of
Yeah, I feel like he would have like set up like a shooting range if Jake's character had asked him to. Like
So one thing I was thinking for my character, so like I said, like maybe way long ago in his past, he was an adventurer before, and I'm thinking that for some reason I haven't worked out yet. He's just come out of retirement. So maybe your character is sort of helping him train again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we can definitely arrange for that.
Helping him get back into like learning all the newfangled ranger things.
Get his mojo back.
He's like he's heard him talk about his like younger body all the time, and so in his head he's like, okay, I gotta help this guy get back that younger body now. Also, we have our friend Liam in the in the chat saying that he's one slippery boy.
Yeah.
One slippery boy. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. His only friction is the hair.
Yeah.
We appear to have a ghost in the background here.
Yeah,
that
we need to fill in.
Some kind of ghost.
Yeah. One of these.
So, Neil did send me a reference photo of what he was thinking, but now I can't remember what it looks like. So we're going to be going off of a lot of imagination here, Neil. So let's do this.
All right. Well, my character is Tuon, child of Dagda of the Coral Clan. I am a water genasi. So many generations ago, there was a water genie in my parentage, my lineage. So he's got skin the color of the sky, and his hair and beard are like dark green, and his hair is always slicked back as if it's wet, as if he just came out of the water, even if he hasn't been in the water for hours. He started out, like most water genasi in town, as a sailor and fisherman, a pearl diver, because I can breathe water, so I can just stay down there until I find a pearl. And he, as he grew up, he's very charismatic, and he got to know all of the fishermen and all of the people on the waterfront, and eventually he dedicated his life to Fulgora, the Storm Queen, Mother of the Four Winds, who is the Tempest Domain Goddess. So I'm actually a member of the church, which is how I have a connection in the palace. So I'm like occasionally in the palace on like official religious business, but also my religious duties involve maintaining relationships with the fishermen and making sure that they have everything they need, and making sure that they're producing the fish that the town needs, that kind of thing. What else? Oh, so yeah, I would obviously know Jake's character, whose name I forget.
Reuben,
yes.
Like the sandwich.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on the waterfront. Like, that's basically where I live. I spend very little time in the temple or the palace, preferring to actually be out on the water or down on the waterfront with the fishermen. Yeah. I'm not sure what else to say.
What you're telling me is most of us are super charismatic.
And most of you have beards.
Yep.
It's a very hairy crew.
Mine is close cropped and handsome.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now that I've met this big listening man, I'm starting to wonder about maybe I should grow it out.
You're setting up like a little like inspiration board now. And...
Yeah. We'll be adventuring, and I'll be like, "What is going on with your beard? Like, I can magically trim that for you if you need."
It's like growing like all the wrong directions.
No, it's fine.
I'm just growing it out. It's fine. It's gonna look good in like 2 years. But so I'm just imagining all of us being like, "Don't worry, I'll talk to him because I'm charismatic."
Yeah.
While you guys are like arguing, my character like just goes over like, we need to
It will actually, it might work really well because like we can aid each other, right? Like, can't you provide advantage or whatever? So I mean, it'll be like in actuality, we're all like kind of saying stuff, but like one person is like the main person talking, and you know, we'll take turns. You know, we'll keep track of who last was the talker, and
I think we're just gonna fight a lot. It's gonna be great.
So Jill.
Yes.
My character, he'd be more stern, I think, than so happy.
Oh, because he's a priest. He's looking at you with judgment.
Just turn that frown upside down.
Oh, perfect. Look at that. Wow, that was a quick turnover. Just like that. He changes his emotions as easily as the storms come in.
Yeah.
What do you
think?
Like
a tempest.
Exactly. Maybe not that much. Oh, you know what? I would probably know Chrissy's character too, because to make sure that we're getting enough wood for building ships and that, or sorry, not ships, but like the fishing boats. And given that Chrissy's character can predict the weather, that's probably come to my attention as well, given that I'm, you know, a priest of the weather god.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it just for the next 24 hours that you can predict the weather?
Yes, yeah. So it's just 24 hours. I can actually see like
just for this one day.
Yeah. So every morning, well, not that I'm going to do this, but like you could every morning, Chrissy's character knows what the weather that day is going to be.
Yeah. Not every morning.
Jill, is it every day that Chrissy's character knows the weather?
Every single day, Chrissy's character. What's your?
Oh,
I don't have a name. I've been calling him Jack in my head.
Okay.
Just for now.
Yeah.
It's a good match for my name, but
his first name is actually Lumber.
Yeah.
But yeah, every single day, if you want to, you can ask me what the weather will be like for the next day.
Oh, I understood. Like, you just get it for the first day that we're playing. Like, you know that.
Like, as long as you guys are in this area, and I don't know how long you will be in this area, because, you know, stuff's going to happen, but as long as you're in this area every single day, if you want to say, you know, DM, what is, I mean, you'll probably just say Jill, but what's the weather like tomorrow?
Open the weather app.
Yeah.
Open the weather app.
So one other thing, Jill.
Yeah.
Given that I'm a member of the clergy of the Storm God, and like the probably the clergy of the knowledge domain would be maintaining like a library over the past 500 years or whatever. I was thinking that probably I would be one of maybe 5 people in the city who have learned the use of navigators tools, because they're useless in the bay, and nobody leaves the bay, but they're like, you know, kind of like almost like a religious secret at this point.
I'll allow it. You guys are probably gonna need it. Let's be real. You can have that. Yeah, take it.
There's a request for a quick. There's a request for a quick party comp recap. So maybe we can go from the screen. We can go from left to right. So starting with Camille.
Do you wanna know me?
Yeah.
Everybody
wants to know me better.
What's your kid?
You know, I had a name.
Yeah.
I don't have like hardly any details about my character, so there's not going to be.
I went on fantasy name generator on the Google, and I came up with Meldrin Chainsworn, but my stage name is The Raven.
Ooh. How do
because my character decided that was sexy enough. He's a dwarf rogue who used to be a stage actor. Isn't acting these days, and you don't really, well, The two other entertainers might know why, and I'll probably fill you in on why. It's a bit of a scandal. And he's very charismatic and idealistic, and because he's so idealistic, he is disenfranchised very easily as well. So he has great beliefs, and then he finds out that the world doesn't work the way that he thinks they do. So we'll see how that works out. And I'm gonna be strong, so maybe he'll be trying to secretly impress Chrissy's character all the time. Didn't see my. Just gonna hold my axe like this for a minute.
I'm just gonna flex while I drink my ale.
Like, the beach is that way. That way.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be a little insecure.
I'll draw a tear.
Oh, he's got tattoos.
Tattoos. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what
Not
kind
a
of tattoos?
tear tattoo.
I'll just draw some shapes and we'll figure out what kind of tattoos later.
Yeah.
There we go.
It
Scribble.
doesn't actually matter. He probably has
Scribble,
too many to matter.
So
Oh,
quick
okay, so
recap
let's see.
for your character, Neil.
My character's name is Tuon, Tuon. Water Genasi, priest of the Tempest domain.
Cool. My character does not have a name yet, but she is a tiefling bard who is very academic in her interests. She is very interested in learning about historical events and creating her performances based on those. So she is sort of like this modern performer where she uses like spoken word poetry and storytelling, maybe along with some instrumental like plucking away. But yeah, that's her sort of bard, is like this describing of historical stories, lore that she's learned about. And yeah, that's my character. Ruben, which is, yeah, she's got it.
And my
Not like the sandwich.
It's like the
Sad
sandwich
face.
if you can't spell it right.
a simplified form of this.
Exactly, yeah.
And my character is a half-elf ranger.
Cool.
The end.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
You know, for all the stories you tell there, Ruben.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some research before we play and get your stories together.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the BS that comes out of you.
Jake's already good at that, so I'm pretty excited.
I totally see my character just falling for all of the BS.
Oh.
Like just like low key falling just
And you know,
Yeah,
that's
really.
probably why our characters became such good friends.
Yeah.
Is because
Yeah.
such a receptive audience to my
yes,
story.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're just like so impressed by him. You're like, wow.
Say.
I can
Yeah.
see Ruben really trying to push that and seeing how ridiculous he can get it before
Yeah.
Chris's character calls him on it.
Never will call it. Never. At some point you might see him be like, like, you know, just I don't think that's real, but he will never call it out. Like yeah, so my character, I think you actually got into the stream for this, Liam, but whatever, we'll still recap. For now I'm calling him Jack until I find a better name for him. But yeah, he's like mid to late 50s human Outlander ranger. Basically like I'm sure everybody's dad kind of thing. Like if you think of like old Maritimer man, like you're gonna think of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. As
Nice.
Jack. Oh, cute.
I love his designs so much.
I also drew him.
Ah, nice. Cool.
Yeah, you can count this as everyone's first fan art of your characters.
So we definitely have it where the bards, we're not all bards. The entertainers all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
The ranger knows the ranger.
Mm-hmm.
One of the rangers knows the Tempest priest. Now,
No, I know both of them.
oh, you know both of them. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's so is Reuben the thing that ties us all together?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
Like it.
I feel like Kate's character would know Tuan as well, because didn't you mention that your character would have played in the castle, maybe?
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
guys probably would have crossed paths there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sounds
And
like we've all performed in the castle at some point, because Jake has as well, right?
Well, he's not really a performer, but I was thinking that
right.
he knows people.
he seems to know just about everybody in the poorer parts of town, and every once in a while someone also sees him with an aristocrat or something and isn't quite sure what his connections are.
he's kind of at every dinner party by the sounds of it.
He's just a local character.
Yeah.
Jake, did you say your character was tall? I can't remember.
Tall and thin.
Okay, I'm gonna tall him up a bit.
And I'm not married to the idea of him having a beard if we want to have some more facial diversity in the...
Oh yeah, I suppose all 4 guys have beards.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the style there, but if you want
Maybe.
to go beardless, we can remove
I mean,
that.
it's for those cold maritime winds.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe
Also,
just like...
it's been pandemic for like 500 years.
Yeah.
Quarantine beard.
Yeah.
I think maybe more of just like a shadow than a beard, because of his
Okay.
elven heritage. He wouldn't really be able to grow a big burly beard, but
Right.
he's
Yeah, and I
also
don't-
not very
Like a little
pretty.
goatee or something, yeah.
I certainly don't have a choice because I'm a dwarf. I think
Yeah,
beards
you
just
have
happen.
to have.
Oh my goodness. Let's just erase that whole thing.
And I will say that like Jack does go into the tavern like 2 or 3 times a week, like in the evening. So if you guys have performed at taverns, he's probably seen you there.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd
Oh
like
my
to think
God.
everyone knows me, but you probably don't. There'll be a lot of. I'm sure
It could be
you've
like,
seen me perform
No,
before.
as opposed to no.
Yeah.
Maybe I've seen you. Maybe. Were you?
What do Like, is it like a castle where the nobles are? Give Kate's character also a beard. Yeah. Well, it's like my thing. I go against the grain. Like I said, I'm a hipster, right? So instead of like in the real world, all hipsters have beards, but in D&D,
You just draw it on.
instead of yeah.
You
Yeah,
got like the
I've
mustache
definitely
tattoo.
got like a fake beard. Yeah.
yeah. It's like your disguise.
Yeah, there you go.
So the place where the nobles live, is that like a palace or a castle?
Well, the queen would, yeah.
The
Yeah.
royals would. If they're
Yeah.
royals, they probably live close to the castle.
Castle.
So is it a castle or a palace?
Tell me the difference and I'll tell you which one it is.
A
It's a
castle
palace.
is a military building, and a palace is just a really big house.
So can there be
Probably
a
be a
palace
palace.
in the castle?
It could be whatever you want. Jill. You're
It
the
would
boss.
more, well, yeah, whatever. I mean,
There we go. It's both.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
palace.
If it is a port town, it would need some defensible
Yeah.
buildings,
Yeah.
anyways, right?
Yeah.
Well, it might have like a
I
wall.
don't think so. Well, I mean, yeah, a wall around the town maybe, but I mean, we're in an isolated valley with no
But this
no entry. Right?
Yeah, this castle Alice has been around for like that like 1,000 years.
Before, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Maybe
That
it's
sounds like
just
it'd make more
something-
sense for a castle.
Yeah.
Like academics have been fighting for a while about whether it's a castle or a palace. It's like
Yeah.
an
That
ongoing-
is hilarious.
Yes, definitely. It's like, but do they need the fortifications anymore? It's like, well, they're kind of still there, but you know.
Yeah. There's even a really good song. It's like a hilarious rhyming song about castle versus palace. And there's a little bit of sexual innuendo in there too. It's
Definitely
a really fun song. I'll sing it.
See, I feel like it's one of those songs where you like say the line and you expect the last word of the line to be a certain word, and then you like switch it up.
Once was a castle that sat by the sea. And then when
keep going.
No, I'm not. All I could think of to rhyme with it was pee. But then, like, how do I divert away from pee?
Yeah.
You know.
I thought you said this was a PG stream.
P, it stands for P, and the G stands for great.
P great. P great.
There's some lagging happening on my video.
There's a third fringe group asserting that it's a keep. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Good one, Cynic Bear.
So it's like people who insist that there's a difference between a tent and a yurt.
Let's not bring up the controversy, Jake. You're gonna start rifts, and we haven't even had session 1 yet.
Yeah, let's make friends before we stop being friends. I do have an important question. Sorry. I
was just gonna say we start being really passive aggressive with our characters. Anyway.
Oh, we're all gonna be half hating each other by the end of the campaign, I'm sure. I have a question about belief systems of all of the characters. Because my character will be somewhat of a anti-establishment, anti-bourgeoisie kind of character. And I'm interested in anyone else is likely to have any connection to that faction.
Probably not for me.
I'm technically part of the bourgeoisie. I'm part of the religious hierarchy, so.
Yeah, and I'm not, but I kind of want to be.
But I'm from a common background. I'm not wealthy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my character's not going to hate you because of it. I want to make sure, I want to know who would know people in that part of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I just because you're rich, I mean, it kind of sucks, but.
I feel like my character, he isn't necessarily anti-establishment, but he definitely shuns, a life of ostentation. He enjoys living a simple life of leisure and good company.
Nice.
Okay. I was just going to say my character is probably very much the same as Jake's character, where he's just, he doesn't believe any which way. He just kind of wants people to live their life.
Yeah, he doesn't seem super political, right?
He doesn't have pretensions.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll listen to everyone. Yeah.
I'll sit down and lecture you about the wrongs that the rich have put upon the poor. And
yeah, he'll listen.
Jack will probably just nod.
Yep. Oh, yep.
Perfect.
Then meanwhile, Tuan comes in and talks about the church, and Jack is still like,
Yeah, Tuan is seeming like the straight man of the group.
Yeah.
Rolling his eyes at all of us quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, we couldn't all be charismatic bards. I think it would be... Actually, maybe that would be a hilarious and fun group. I don't know.
I think it's... But... I feel like anything can really work if you have the right people.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because, even though we're playing charismatic characters, they seem to have very distinct types of charisma.
Yeah.
Like, you're a very proud, boastful kind of performer. I'm more of just a laid back, I don't know, just everybody's fun grandpa.
Yeah. It will definitely play out in interesting ways.
Yes, yeah. Would you say Ruben is kind of going through a midlife crisis thing where he's just trying to be I'm old, I can't be it.
Yeah, that's the thing. that's the one part of the character that I'm stuck on, is what's the motivation that's gotten him out of his comfortable retirement and back into adventuring. So definitely open to ideas.
Well, maybe the queen has a reason.
Yeah.
Jill?
And she will.
Yeah, how
hot damn.
compelling is
So-
this quest?
I thought we were going to cover that in this stream.
No. That's
Okay.
gonna be like, we're gonna
That's the
play
first
that
section.
out when you actually get
Oh,
the
okay.
the full on information and all that stuff. But what I did want to figure out is why she knows you exist. So we kind of
Oh.
covered why she knows Tuon and Nameless exist, and
Yeah.
the Raven has probably played in there before as well, kind of like a notorious sort of figure in the town. Reuben, I'm assuming maybe in his past, like, he is half elf and the like nobility is elven, so he might even have some kind of distant
Yeah.
relative tie in there if he
Right.
doesn't mind.
So
Maybe that was the
it-
twist
it's-
we weren't supposed to know about.
it is kind of funny that you brought that up, actually, Jill. I was gonna talk to you about that.
Are you okay? Sorry, but
We're all
well,
adults. We can choose not to know things.
Yeah, we can
You know
know,
what I mean?
you know, no metagaming. And then so how does Jack what
See,
reason for
I feel like everyone who's like traveled out into the wilds for any reason like has met Jack. So
Okay.
like I definitely feel like he's a well-known character. Like he's nobody's best friend, but everybody kind of knows him.
perfect. So he's like a notorious
Yeah.
sort of, well, maybe notorious isn't the
Yeah.
best word, I don't know. But yeah, he's like a popular character, even though he has got low charisma. Everyone still loves him and knows him and would go to him for advice and things like that. Perfect.
Yes,
Would it-
yeah. He's everybody's like old uncle or old grandpa kind of thing. Like, you know, not to step on Ruben's toes here. he's the other grandpa.
You're just a young fellow on ice.
Would it make sense that Reuben actually enlisted Jack? Like, knew that there was
yeah.
something that needed help?
Oh,
and was like,
yeah.
I know someone.
Mm-hmm.
If
Totally.
Yeah.
if Jack and Reuben are like good friends and Jack is helping Reuben get his mojo back, then maybe he's putting in a good word for him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
And yeah, I definitely think that Ruben's probably the closest that Jack has to like an actual friend, because it's like, oh, you've been here more than 5 times. Like,
And I-
okay.
And maybe I feel like that might be mutual too, because I was thinking Ruben's the sort of guy who's like friendly and knows everyone, but he also mostly keeps to himself. He isn't
hmm
very close with anyone.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And probably like Jack doesn't put any kind of airs up or doesn't expect things from people. And like I feel like if Ruben has been kind of like going to like different parties and having to put on different masks to like fit different situations, like Jack is like, you immediately know like, oh, you don't have to do that around him. Like so
That
I could definitely see
Yeah.
I can see if I'm correct, I can see Ruben just feeling like, oh, I can relax. Like
Yeah, that works really well, actually, because I was thinking in Ruben's past, he's been sort of backstabbed before, so he's very suspicious of other people's motives, but Jack just seems so innocent and guileless that he's
mhm,
able to trust him.
yeah. For sure. Then it turns out he's chaotic evil.
Oh my god.
Oh, what a twist that would be.
What a
Play
twist.
the long game.
The twist.
Yeah, oh, that would be great. Spoilers. Don't watch this.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
watch spoilers.
Jill, you're gonna need to bleep the last 3 minutes.
Yes,
Starting.
perfect.
Yeah.
Consider it done.
Just like play elevator music like over everything that just happened.
Ba-da-ba-bum,
Technical
bum,
difficulties.
ba-da-bum,
What's happening?
ba-da-da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Okay, well, that is what I needed from you. I think I have enough to work with, and I think we've got a pretty good chemistry going on with the group, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions, or is there anything we didn't cover that anyone can think of? I'm not used to
just
like
all the detaily stuff, but that I haven't done yet. But I'm just gonna do it, and
yeah.
You want us to send you our character sheets, right?
Yes.
Once we're done with
and
them.
if you have any secrets, sorry, Jake, that you want to share with me, feel free to message me and we will have those conversations. I do have information to impart to you depending on those roles you had earlier, which I hope you guys wrote down what one it was because I do not remember. We can always look back at the stream though, which is nice.
Kate, I think you should call your character Nameless.
Well, I was actually thinking about trying to play on that. So I don't think it will actually be nameless, but it might sound like that.
Something like no name. I don't know. Because that's a great thing about a
What about
version game.
no name? I don't know. We'll see.
Humble or something like that. Like anonymous.
Well, that would be ironic because I don't think she's
Anonymous.
very humble.
Yeah.
I am H-O.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Great.
Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I'm looking forward to our first session, which is going to be in August, like around the first-ish, not the day the first, but like sometime in the first week or the second week of August, if we can get all of our schedules together, and I'll be ready to run us then.
Yay!
So,
Yay!
and thanks everybody for
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. And
Yes, bye.
Thanks, Jill.
and if
Thank you for
you're
watching.
Yeah, thank you, Jill, and thank you, Kate, for inviting us on here.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you so much.
Excited about
It's gonna be so fun. We're really excited to do something a little more long form because
Yeah.
we've just done one shot so far. So
yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
yeah.
So follow us down below at our Instagram, College of Lore Roleplaying, or over on Twitter at College Lore, and you can follow us on YouTube. If you just search up College of Lore Roleplaying, you will find us. At least I hope you will. Give it a shot. Let me know how it works.
you will.
Okay,
You will.
good.
Can't
good.
guarantee it works. I have had to look you up recently.
Perfect.
Yeah, good.
Perfect.
I looked you up today.
So follow us and you'll get to see more interesting content like this. I hope you enjoyed it, and we love you, and good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep waving.
I don't see it.
Oh, hi guys. I gotta fix the cameras.
Oh no, was that on camera? Nobody's watching. It's fine.
Hello.
It's fine.
Setting the expectations where they should be.